Hello, and welcome to the Thyroid Warrior podcast. I'm Ebony, and I'm here as your wellness facilitator. I'm going to be sharing my experiences in managing Hashimoto's disease. I really hope that it'll help you on your personal journey. Keep in mind, however, this does not substitute for medical advice. It is only for your information and motivational purposes only. Now, let's get started. Hello, everybody. I am so excited for this episode because, again, it is digging deep. Now, I really hope you did your homework last week and really thinking about those ways in which you feel entitled to something, or think about all of the times where you haven't given yourself grace or learned how to love on yourself. And this week, I'm going to go deeper. Think about where you were in that space last week when you were like, ooh, I do not like this. I don't like how I've been treating myself and my outlook on things. So now here comes the 1-2 punch. Now I want you to think about, what are you most afraid of? What are you most afraid of when it comes to your life and your condition? Now, I was at a conference and I got a chance to serve someone that was wheelchair bound. And we heard a lot about her story, and it really touched my heart because one of the things that I heard her speak about was how, for her in her condition, getting bronchitis can be a death sentence. And in my head, I thought, what? What do you mean it's a death sentence? But as she started explaining what was going on with her and her body's capacity to heal, and she said, I've been living my life according to what everyone else thought my life should be. I live my life thinking about my life expectancy being short. I live my life based upon saying, well, I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't do A, B, and C. I live my life thinking, well, what can I do? How can I reach my goals? And then she finally said, but wait a minute, I am able-minded. I may not have all of my facilities as it comes to how I can move my body, but that's why I've been given a gift of having really good care. There's nothing wrong with my hands. I can type. I can interact with people. I can have people get on the back of my wheelchair and we can go for a ride. And she said, I had to really challenge myself during one of the exercises to think, man, I have been wasting time. I have been sitting here thinking about how other people thought my life should go. And I started to believe that. I started to think that, all right, well, I have this condition. I'm in a wheelchair. What can I do? And I started to live my life in fear of traveling because I didn't want to get an infection of some sort or to get sick, fear of doing that thing that makes me happy, fear of thinking, well, I can't really try to be adventurous to do this because I might hurt myself. She developed all of these different fears surrounding how she lived her life. And she said, after a while, I just felt crippled. So I'm asking you, how are you feeling crippled right now? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of in terms of living your life? And what I've discovered is many of us cope with that fear by overeating. We overwork. We don't talk about how we feel. For some of us that are in that space, we overexercise, and you start to indulge in a plethora of things, whether it's social media, whether it's TV, whether it's doing things that we know are going to hurt ourselves. And we just keep doing those things over and over and over because we're really afraid of living our life the way we know that God intended us to be, or the way that you believe that your higher power intended your life to go. Imagine waking up one day and you realize that life completely and totally passed you by, and all of a sudden you have less life in front of you than what you have behind you, and now you're scattered trying to figure out how to live your best life when you can really start today. We like to stay busy. We don't like to be alone in our thoughts. But what would happen if you gave yourself room to feel? How do you think that your body would react to that? Well, I can tell you, because I let that happen. It hurts, it sucks, it stinks, and I did not like it. I didn't like being alone to think about, how am I feeling? What's going on with me? Why am I feeling this way? What lies have I told myself? What have I gone through in the last month, 5 months, 6 months? All these things, like just being alone in our thoughts is so hard. But friends, let me tell you, it can really change the trajectory of your life. And I promise, the tears, the feeling of anxiety, again, that fear, all of those things that you have just rumbling through your mind at the moment, and all those thoughts, write them down. Let it out. I was in the car the other day on the highway, stuck in traffic, and I bawled uncontrollably. Good thing I had some really hard tissue in the car. It was not pleasant. I kind of scratched my face, but I'm learning how wonderful and how much of a gift it is to really allow myself to just be and to experience the emotions that I've kept inside of me for so long. And friends, let me tell you, it is so freeing, and I feel so much better. And it's amazing as to how the emotion that we allow to stay inside of us can really bring us down and manifest itself in physical pain. So with that, take care. Okay, thyroid warriors, get out there and take things one step at a time. Remember, be great, reflect on your triumphs, and as always, be well. Take care.